listen over. You a queen when I less than I'm a gozy. Owamie, Owamie. Owamie, Owamie. Owamie, Owamie. Owamie, Owamie. Girl, you're such a powerful woman.
Hi my ninjas, how are you doing? It's a girl, Owamie, aka Miss Via, for bring back for all entertainment. If it's the first time joining me, most definitely welcome. Please do make sure that you subscribe and also hit the bell. I absolutely love you, and do not forget, follow me on Instagram, TikTok and Twitter. It's at boldly Owamie. Now my ninjas, I'm back, and it's bad news. It is actually bad news, okay? Like, I really just had to report on this one. I had to report on this. I had to have my stance out there. I had to help spread awareness, because this is absolutely sad, so justice for Cwecwe, I am so sorry if I am not pronouncing her name right, but it's Cwecwe, is actually trending. And the reason for that, I'm gonna go ahead and read a summary of what happened from MDN News, or what is alleged to have happened. So this is what they said. Family demands justice in shocking school assault case. A distressing case of alleged sexual assault at Bergview College has ignited nation outrage, with calls for justice growing louder nearly 6 months after the reported incident. 7-year-old Cwecwe and her family remain in limbo as the SAPS investigation struggles to gain traction. The assault allegedly took place on October 14, 2024, at the independent school in Matatiele, Eastern Cape. The case has since drawn widespread attention, fueling the hashtag Justice for Cwecwe movement and exposing critical lapses in child safety. According to her mother, a rape survivor herself, the young girl returned home that day visibly distressed and complaining of stomach pain. When her trousers with her trousers zipper undone, a medical examination confirmed severe sexual abuse, reportedly occurring while she waited for school transport. Yet, despite the damning evidence, no arrests have been made as of the 29th of March 2025. Sources familiar with the case claim the school's principal has hindered the investigation, refusing to submit his DNA for testing. Allegations of Bergview College obstructing the probe have further intensified scrutiny, with critics accusing the institution of withholding crucial information. Adding to the family's anguish, the school issued Cwecwe's parents an unrequested transfer letter shortly after the assault, effectively expelling the child. The decision was met with public outrage and seen as attempt to evade accountability. In response, the Eastern Cape Department of Education stepped in, announcing on March the 28th that Bergview College had been deregistered for failing to meet safety standards. The department is now working to place students in alternative schools. Cwecwe's mother has taken her fight to the public, speaking out on the Hope Restoration podcast and calling for urgent action. Advocacy groups, including Women for Change and the United Democratic Movement, have rallied behind her alongside government leaders such as Basic Education Minister Cwecwe Gwarube and Eastern Cape Education MEC Fundile Gade. We have urged police to expedite their investigation. The hashtag Justice for Cwecwe campaign continues to gain momentum online as South Africans demand accountability and system reforms to better protect school children. While Bergview College closure marks a step forward, the lack of arrest and the principal's refusal to cooperate leave both Cwecwe's family and the border community anxiously awaiting justice. Okay. So at this point, I know that I kind of butchered that, but yo guys, I'm not okay. I don't even want to lie to you guys. I am not okay. I am not okay. Oh, I am not okay. I am not okay. Like, this breaks my heart so much. It breaks my heart to levels that you can't even understand. You know, this is a 7-year-old that went to school. You know, the parents are sending their child to school. They believe that their child is going to be safe. They are paying money to make sure that their child gets the best quality education that obviously they want for their child. Do you understand? And something like this is actually happening. So from the videos that I watched, the mother is basically saying that her child obviously did come home and she was complaining of stomach pains. And so they went to bed, and then after obviously going to bed in the morning, the child was now still going to the loo and complaining to say that her bum hurts. So the mother says that there was load shedding, so she decided to use a torch, right? And so in using a torch, she had her baby obviously, on the bed so that she could be able to just check what is going on. Is the child okay and everything? And she says that she saw the baby's anus was basically like this big, like a hole that is as big as a toilet paper hole, and she says that she called her husband to say, hey, come here, look at this, what's going on. And in her mind, she's not even thinking about sexual assault whatsoever. In her mind, she's thinking maybe there's just something wrong with the baby. So she takes her child to the hospital, and that is where it was confirmed that her child was actually sexually assaulted, both front and back. So she had injuries in her private area, and she also had injuries in her back area. So with this whole thing, she says that they obviously tried to get information from the child, and the child basically said that the day before they took her to the hospital, she says that she came home late because the transport was late, which okay. And then she says that the guard, I don't know if it's the guard or the security guard, I don't know, sent her to go sweep a classroom. That makes no sense. And then it seems like this child does not remember. After that, she just remembers that she got called again by the same person to say your transport has arrived, and this child does not remember anything, And it's a very sad situation of the fact that they're saying that the principal refuses to submit his DNA. After it's also alleged that after the incident happened, the principal called the mother to say that the mother should not be talking, basically to try gag the mother, because the reputation of the school, I'm so sorry to cuss, fuck you and your reputation of the school. If something happened to my child, you best believe that I am going to shout the highest mountain. I'm gonna go there and shout the highest prompita. I'm gonna blow it. That trumpet is going to blow. Don't tell me about your school's reputation when my child has been hurt in this manner. Never. There's just a lot that really does not make sense. Now, the school has been deregistered right now. Thank goodness for that. However, for me, I don't get this part where if you are the principal, why wouldn't you surrender your DNA test if you're innocent? Why wouldn't you? It makes no sense. Why would you get to the extreme length of even having the school deregistered? Because let's not lie, if it was not for all this, I doubt it would have been. Why would you take it to that level, to a point where a whole school is deregistered just because you don't want to surrender your DNA samples? If you know you're innocent, if you know that you are innocent, you didn't do anything. And then allegedly the child was basically like thrown out of school. A transfer letter, which was not even asked for, was given. Allegedly. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. Like, guys, I am not okay. Andiko right. This particular case just makes me so angry. This makes me so angry. Our kids are not safe no matter where it is. No matter where, like, our children are not safe. It hurts. Our children are not safe at all. Our children are not safe. And this really is a man problem. Men in South Africa have a problem. In this country, we have a lot of men that have a problem. It's a men in South Africa problem. What's sexual about a 7-year-old? What is sexual about a 7-year-old? A child, an innocent child. More than that, we have a justice problem in South Africa. Our police take bribe like nobody's business. Our police made a lot of our police, shame, I won't lie, a lot of our police are very corrupt. And you know what is the saddest part? There's corruption that, okay, I feel like we can overlook it, We can overlook it here and there. We're just like, okay, something. But the problem with our police officers is the fact that it's like they don't even have a heart. You would see a 7-year-old that got sexually assaulted and you would still take bribe from the perpetrator and make sure that the docket disappears and make sure that the case goes nowhere, just so that when you get that 5,000 yen and there's a child that was molested that has to live with those injuries for the rest of her life, and still have that pedophile out there, so that more 7-year-olds will also be at the risk of this same perpetrator, that when you took that, even if it was 50,000 rands and kept it moving, you're evil. You're just as bad. You support pure evilness. Since October, you guys mean to tell me that nobody there actually, they could not subpoena this man's DNA sample? You mean to tell me that a case is open, they could not take it to the judge to say, listen, we are continuing with our investigation, but we're trying to rule people out. There's a principal that is refusing with his sample. Can we please get a subpoena where this person is going to be forced to get that DNA test? We live in a South Africa where, guys, it is so sad that in order for people to get help, they need to come to podcasts first. Because without the public interest, our justice system is failing us decimally. What nonsense is this that is happening in Ramaphosa's country? What is going on? And you see now they're going to start acting. Things that they could have done 6 months ago. Almost a little over 6 months ago, or like just in 6 months, they could have done all this stuff. But no, a podcast has to come out first before they do their job. This is disgusting, man. Disgusting. I don't understand. What is the law? Like, what is the job of the law in South Africa? Because I'm not really getting it. So we don't have subpoenas now. A person can just say, no, I'm not interested. And they obviously have been in the same place where this child and the suspicions of where the assault took place is. There's a valid reason. I would understand if it was, oh, they wanted to get his sample for a child that was sexually assaulted in Venda, and he's all the way in Matatiele. He's never been anywhere. He doesn't know. Maybe he's like, why am I being discriminated against? Like, what's going on? But again, if you're innocent, like, and it's the government, they're like, okay, or it's the police, okay, we need your sample. I wouldn't have an issue. But you know what is the other thing again? Is the fact that people's DNA results, remember, if you've committed one crime and then they get your sample, if there were other crimes that were committed where a sample was never matched, sometimes maybe you can be afraid that your sample might match with another case. I'm not saying that's what's happening, but I'm just asking myself to say, what would be the reason for you to refuse with your DNA? To make matters worse, allegedly, AfriForum is actually representing this man. And you guessed it right. Yes, he is a white man. At this point, my value AfriForum, guys, because what job of yours is it, guys? And I saw someone actually say the silence of white people during this time is very loud. Too loud at that. This is just a sick situation. A very, very sick situation. That child is traumatized for life. Traumatized for life. You know what breaks my heart is the fact that our children are not safe at school. Our children are not safe whenever they are wherever playing. Our children are not even safe with their own fathers at home. Men are disgusting. Disgusting. I recently had a shoot, and I don't like really talking about stories that other people shoot, but I'm sure you guys will get to see that interview. It was held by Palisa. It was a very emotional interview. Very emotional. It was very emotional. It was very painful. And for me, I think the part that really just broke my heart with the story was this lady was born and she was raised in a family where she knew this is my father, this is my mother. Only for her to grow up when she's now a teenager to find that there was another man that came and said, you are actually my child, you should ask your mom. And when she went to her mom was like, she did not want to hear anything. She was so upset. It was a huge thing. She was kicking her out. And she really never understood why the reaction. So the mother ends up actually telling her to say, listen, the reason why I was acting that way is because it's a part of my past that I never wanted to come. That man who is your father actually sexually assaulted me. And that's how you came to be. We never dated or anything like that. But okay, I don't know about the dating part, but she did say that, the man sexually assaulted her. But the way that she was talking was as if, these were not two people that were like in a relationship or something. Maybe they were still just, trying to, and then, he sexually assaulted her. And so due to the fact that that actually did put a strain on their relationship, the father seems like he was rich and he said, no, as my child, come stay with me, blah, 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 everything. She went to stay with her father, and guess what? Her own father sexually assaulted her. Men, some men, a lot of men are disgusting. They do the unthinkable. It's like they're demon possessed. So where is the place where our children are supposed to be safe? They're not safe with their uncles. They're not safe. The only place where they're safe is with us women. That's it. Like, it really is just something that is so painful. It really is something that is just so painful. So sad. So sad. My heart just goes out to this little girl and obviously her parents. Like, I feel her mom is being very strong. She's definitely fighting. She is fighting the good fight, and I do have a feeling that she's definitely going to win. But as a counter, I just feel like, as women especially, how guys, is it not time for us to go to union building? Is it not time? How much more should happen before we actually say let's take a stand? Because the laws around gender-based violence, they need to change. They need to change. Sexual assault should not only just carry life. I feel like, honestly, if there's 100% proof that this actually happened, I think death penalty needs to come back. This is so sad. So we should not take our children to school anymore. What's supposed to happen? I just feel so defeated. I don't know, like, if you guys can see, I don't even have energy. I feel so defeated. My heart literally just breaks so much. Because I feel helpless. What are we supposed to do? The amount of children that are being abused, guys, is a lot. A lot. We have children that are orphans, that are getting sexually abused like nobody's business. We have children whose mothers and fathers, the father, you don't even know where he is. The mother, maybe due to her own stress and they're alcoholics, they leave their kids wherever. Those children are getting sexually abused. We have children that are staying with their grandparents because their parents are gone. Their uncles are sexually abusing them. What should we do as women? What can we do to protect our children? It is not enough that men abuse us, sexually abuse women like nobody's business. They now are even taking it a step further to go to our children. This is just disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. And I do hope that the perpetrator will be caught. And I have a feeling that the perpetrator will, because, again, as I'm saying, you have to go to podcasts these days in order for you to get help. Your story needs to get exposure, just for the police to do their job. Some of them. It's sad. It really is so sad. But justice for Cwecwe, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing her name right. I do honestly hope that the family will get the justice that they deserve. I am just not okay. And so I'm going to leave it here. From Owamie, it was what I love you guys. Stay blessed. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next upload. Bye, ninjas.